June 15th, 2019. Sarah Mitchell stands at the altar looking at the love of her life. This is the happiest moment she's ever experienced. Her heart is racing, her smile is uncontrollable, and yet she's sobbing uncontrollably. Her body's responding to pure joy the exact same way it responds to devastating grief. Why? The answer reveals something deeply disturbing about how little control you actually have over your own emotions. Here's what makes this truly strange. Scientists have analyzed human tears under microscopes, and they discovered something shocking. The tears you cry when you're sad are chemically different from the tears you cry when you're chopping onions. Different proteins, different hormones, different molecular composition. Your body's producing a specific type of tear for happiness. But here's the thing that kept neuroscientists awake at night. Crying is a distress signal. Babies cry when they need help. Animals vocalize when they're in pain. So why would your brain activate a distress response during the best moments of your life? It doesn't make sense. Unless we're the only species on Earth that does this. Chimpanzees don't cry at reunions. Dolphins don't weep with joy. This is uniquely human, which means at some point in our evolution, our brains developed this bizarre glitch and it stuck around. But evolution doesn't keep glitches, it removes them. So if we still cry when we're happy after millions of years, it must be serving a purpose. In 2015, a team of psychologists at Yale University started investigating cases of extreme emotional responses. What they found changed everything we thought we knew about feelings. They called it dimorphic expression, and once you understand it, you'll never look at your emotions the same way. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. Imagine your emotional system as a meter. It has a range, sadness on one end, happiness on the other. Your brain is designed to operate somewhere in the middle, stable, controlled, balanced. But then something happens. You get married, you hold your newborn child, your team wins the championship, you see your family after years apart. And that meter doesn't just hit maximum happiness, it breaks. It goes so far beyond what your system can handle that your brain becomes overwhelmed and has to activate its regulatory systems. Your limbic system, the emotional center of your brain, is flooding with dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. It's a chemical tsunami. And your prefrontal cortex, the rational part that's supposed to manage emotions, is completely overwhelmed. So your brain does something incredible, something that sounds insane but is actually brilliant. It activates the opposite response. This is called homeostatic regulation. Your body's desperately trying to restore balance. Think of it like this. You're in a car and you're accelerating 60 miles per hour, 80 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour. But there's no brake pedal. You just keep going faster and faster. Eventually, your survival instinct kicks in and yanks the emergency brake. That's what crying is. Your emotional emergency brake. When happiness becomes too intense, too overwhelming, too much for your system to process, your brain activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that calms you down, the part associated with sadness and distress. You start crying, not because you're sad, but because you're too happy, and your brain is trying to save you from your own joy. And here's where it gets really interesting. This same mechanism explains so many things you've experienced but never understood. Why do you want to squeeze cute puppies so hard it hurts? Cute aggression. Your brain can't handle the overwhelming adorability, so it triggers aggressive impulses to balance it out. Why do people laugh at funerals? Nervous laughter. The grief is so intense that your brain forces the opposite response. Why do some people get angry when they're terrified? Fear overload, triggering aggression. Your brain isn't broken, it's protecting you. Every time you feel an emotion so powerful that your body reacts with the opposite expression, your nervous system is essentially saying, this is too much. We need to level out before we damage something. But there's another layer to this, a reason why evolution might have kept this response. Tears are a signal. When you cry at your wedding, at your child's graduation, when you see your parents after years apart, you're not just regulating your emotions, you're communicating something profound. This moment matters so much to me that my entire biological system has to get involved just to help me survive it. It's a display of vulnerability, of authenticity, of complete emotional investment. And in a social species like humans, that signal strengthens bonds. It tells the people around you, this is real, this is important, this is sacred. Your tears aren't a weakness, they're proof that you're experiencing something so meaningful, so significant, that your entire biological system has to get involved just to help you survive it. Think about the last time you cried from happiness. Maybe it was holding someone you love. Maybe it was achieving something you thought was impossible. Maybe it was a moment so perfect you knew you'd remember it forever. In that moment, your brain was flooded with more emotion than it was designed to handle. Your heart rate spiked, your breathing changed, every system in your body went into overdrive, and your brain, in its infinite wisdom, pulled the emergency brake. Not to stop the happiness, but to help you survive it. To give you a release valve so that overwhelming joy didn't completely shut you down. Those tears weren't confusion. They were your body's way of saying, this is too beautiful, too powerful, too real, and I need help processing it. The researchers who discovered this found it everywhere. Parents who look at their newborn babies and feel an urge to bite their little feet, dimorphic expression. People who smile when they're delivering terrible news, emotional overflow. Athletes who collapse in tears after winning, joy overload. The friend who punches you in the arm when you tell them good news, happiness manifesting as mock aggression. We've been doing this our entire lives and never realized there was a pattern, a biological mechanism underlying it all. Your emotions aren't just feelings, they're physical forces. And when those forces become too strong, your body has to find a way to ground the current before it overwhelms your system. But here's something else researchers have discovered. Sometimes, after the most intense positive experiences of your life, you might feel empty, confused, even sad. Athletes call it the post-race blues. Graduates feel it after commencement. Parents experience it after major milestones. It's not that your brain's emergency brake worked too well. It's something different. You've been running on anticipation, adrenaline, and purpose for so long, training for the Olympics, studying for graduation, planning the wedding, that when it's finally over, your brain has to find a new normal. The contrast is jarring. You went from maximum emotional intensity back to regular life, and sometimes that transition feels like loss, even when you've won. Your brain isn't broken, it's just proving that even our happiest moments come with complexity, because being human means feeling everything, sometimes all at once. So what does all this mean? It means that every time you've cried tears of joy, you weren't being dramatic, you weren't overreacting, you weren't weak. You were experiencing something so genuinely powerful that your entire evolutionary biology had to intervene just to help you survive the moment. Those tears are proof that you're alive, proof that you're connected, proof that you're human. In a world that constantly tells us to control our emotions, to keep it together, to not let our feelings show, your body sometimes just says, no, this is too important. Everyone needs to know how much this matters, and it makes you cry. The next time you're at a wedding and you see the bride crying, or you're watching a father meet his newborn daughter for the first time, tears streaming down his face, or you're the one sobbing uncontrollably because something wonderful just happened, remember this. Those tears aren't tears of confusion. Those aren't tears of sadness breaking through. Those are tears of a brain that's experiencing something so beautiful, so overwhelming, so far beyond what it was designed to handle, that it has to activate every system it has just to help you survive the moment. Those tears are your body's way of saying, this, right here, this is what it means to be alive. We cry when we're happy because some moments are too precious for smiles alone. some moments require everything we have, even our tears.